If you have pain on the front of your kneecap during exercise or activity, you probably have the most common kind of knee pain. I'm gonna teach you about it and teach you how to fix it. Now, this pain is called tendonitis, sometimes nicknamed jumper's knee, and if not addressed properly, can develop into tendinosis, which is a much more serious condition. Tendonitis is a breakdown and inflammation of the tendon, but it is reversible. Tendinosis, how I mentioned earlier, is a breakdown that has progressed so much that cannot be reversed with rehab or strengthening and usually requires surgical intervention. Now, a good way to test if you have tendonitis is to physically touch your knee, because tendonitis will be physically tender to touch. Now, if you go down here, this is our tibial tuberosity. If you have pain down here, and it's usually associated with a bump in the knee as well, this is called Osgood-Schlatter's disease. Now, same tendon, but if we come a little bit higher, right under the kneecap, pain and sensitivity here is called Sinding-Larsen-Johansson. Very confusing names, but again, all the same condition, tendonitis. Now, this is an overuse injury where the amount of stress that is put on the tendon surpasses the amount of stress the tendon is strong enough to handle. Now, as athletes, we can't always decrease the amount of stress that we're putting on our tendons, right? Because we're constantly playing, we're constantly training. So it is important to improve the threshold of stress that the tendon can handle. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. Now, if you've been anywhere on the internet, you've probably seen back pedals as a recommendation to fixing knee pain. While this is a very, very good beginner exercise, back pedals are not going to fix your knee pain. This is more of a good warm-up and, like I said, a beginner exercise into introducing strengthening your knees. If you want to make this exercise a little bit better for knee pain, something that I like to do with all of my clients is put the incline up. So now we're also fighting against gravity. But again, I use this more as a warm-up and not necessarily an actual fix to the knee pain. Now, when it comes to fixing knee pain and tendonitis, this exercise that I'm about to show you is the godfather of knee pain exercises and my favorite knee pain exercise for my clients as well. This is an eccentric leg extension. So I pretty much come up with both legs, remove one leg, and I'm going down over the span of 7 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm only focusing on the way down, as tendons respond to eccentric strengthening much better than concentric. Usually concentric exercises, so exploding on the way up, is only gonna aggravate my tendon, while focusing on the eccentric is gonna help my tendon strengthen itself and increase that load tolerance. As I mentioned, backpedaling isn't gonna fix your knee pain, and concentrics can make it a little bit worse. But it's still important to slowly progress and strengthen the amount of concentric strength that your knee has as well. One of my favorite ways to do this is with a sled back pedal, but it needs to be done very slow. If I just explosively start backpedaling with the sled, we're not working on tendon strength, we're working on back pedal speed, right? So my goal is, and I'll show you guys from the other side as well, slowly step back and move the sled as slow and as controlled as possible. Now, if you were to see my feet, as I'm going back, I'm also lifting my toes so that my tibialis anterior is being strengthened at the same time. Having a tight quad can also put stress on that patellar tendon. While I'm not a fan of static stretching or foam rolling, using a foam roller to loosen up your quad is a wonderful way of loosening the quad up without putting stress on the tendon like you would if you did a static stretch.